Hit you for 10,000. Boom! Have you ever wanted to see a giant cactus deal 10,000 damage? Well, you've come to the right place. Welcome to the Attic ManaDad here. It's the channel where we explore what's fun in Magic, mostly on Arena. On Arena today, day one, or coming into day two, as I record this, depending on how much you count the outage that they had on day one. I have been frantically testing this, some would say probably idiotic deck, using Jumbo Cactuar to try and one-shot kill with 10,000 damage. And how are we doing that? If you haven't seen it, 7 mana 1/7 plant. When it attacks, gets plus 9,999 until end of turn. Okay, so we're building around that, but we're not 100% all in on it. As you can see, we only got 3 of those because I actually want to do this, and I was testing it out a number of different cards, and we'll go through in the sideboard. I put a number of cards that I tested or considered, but I'm not. This is not in some like streamer event where I'm against a bunch of other people testing new jank. This is really on the ladder, albeit lowly ranked. So I'm really trying to survive and make a legitimate deck with this. So to that end, we're going to use the advantages that we have in green. We have up the beanstalk. It'll trigger when we cast the Cactuar. So, you know, some things I considered. The new tiered spells can also get up to big enough to trigger up the beanstalk. I have 1 in the deck, Thunder Magic. I considered trying to cheat in with Collector's Cage. There's a nice Collector's Cage shell right now in Standard. I played around with some deck lists, maybe using Smile at Death, which brings creatures back from the graveyard that are power 2 or less. It wasn't exactly what I was thinking. I did try some of the max speed stuff. If you want to see the max speed version of the deck, Saffron Olive beat me to the punch and put that out. But I had already considered and rejected like the Agatha's Soul Cauldron, Voldaren Thrillseeker version. I've seen deck lists that use Cunning Coyote to give haste to your Cactuar the turn it comes into play. But we found a different way to do that. There's also this weird card, Become Brutes. 1 or 2 target creatures each gain haste, and they get a monster roll, which gives trample. So, as you can probably tell, there's a number of ways to win with Cactuar. We do have to attack to enable it, so haste is key. So that's part of what you'll see here. We could also make it unblockable to make sure we get through for the one-shot kill. Or trample is enough, obviously. If it's got trample, 10,000 should be more than enough to win. So, how are we going to do that? And how are we going to ramp out and find a 7 mana creature? Well, you could use what's it called? The 3 mana elf that finds the big creatures, but we're not going to do that. We're going to try to sift through the deck with Bitter Reunion, which doubles up as a haste enabler. So that I put in 4 of. Herd Heirloom can ramp and also can give a creature with power 4 or greater trample, and it can do that at instant speed, so you have to wait until the Cactuar has gotten big enough. But when you do that, then we give it trample. So we've got the Herd Heirloom as a possibility there. We've got Land of War Elves also to ramp. Overlord of the Haunt Woods to ramp, and, you know, also just works with a lot of these cards. We can cheat it out. I put in 1 Smuggler's Surprise. I haven't actually drawn and played this in any of my testing games, so you might be the first to see it in action, but I saw it in some deck lists. It has a mode that lets you put up to 2 creature cards from your hand onto the battlefield. 6 mana, but it is instant speed, so it can do it on somebody's end step. Next turn, the Cactuar is attacking before they even know it hit them. Goldvein Hydra, because we're going to be making a lot of mana anyway, and it can, you know, if it gets removed, then it's going to give us some mana. It's going to leave behind some treasures. A lot of one-of fun-ofs here, but I think you'll see where this is going. Inti, Seneschal of the Sun. Whenever you attack, you may discard a card. When you do, put a +1/+1 counter on target attacking creature. It gains trample until end of turn. So there's another trample enabler. Self-Destruct. This is also a new card from Final Fantasy. Uncommon. Target creature you control deals X damage to any other target and X damage to itself, where X is its power. So we got to wait till the Cactuar is attacking, but doesn't matter if it has trample or unblockable or anything like that. We just self-destruct on it, and Bob's our uncle. We can deal 10,000 damage, and hopefully they don't counter that spell. Suplex is another Final Fantasy card. I thought I'd just throw in artifact removal /3 damage to a creature that exiles, so it gets rid of those, annoying unstoppable slashers and whatnot. Again, just where I could find the space, throwing in a little bit of interaction into this deck. We got the Enduring Courage, just one of those, but that can give +2/+0 and haste. So if we're going to make it unblockable with the Escape Tunnel, we do have to remember to go into full control mode, so that when Cactuar comes down, hold full control, that trigger goes on the stack, give it unblockable before its power becomes 3. Similar with Helena and Elena, at the beginning of combat on your turn, put X +1/+1 counters on another target creature you control, where X is Helena and Elena's power. That creature gains haste until end of turn. So, is Enduring Courage better than Helena and Elena? Maybe? I don't know. Actually, now that I'm looking at them side by side. 2 Overlord of the Boiler Bilges, again, playing off up the Beanstalk, trying to get some interaction. We have a Gladiolus Amicitia, which can help fetch up our special lands here. Has a landfall ability that gives trample, so that can help with the Cactuar. And then one of fun of Itali. This is probably what you would play in a similar shell if you were actually playing to win. Of course, we can exile lots of cards off the top of our deck. We might hit a Jumbo Cactuar. Who knows? So that's the deck. Mana base is pretty straightforward. Just a lot of red and green abilities. We do have 4 of the Surveil lands, which will help turn on the Thornspire Verges, and the Carplucin Forests do not do that. And 4 Escape Tunnels, I don't know, maybe you should run fewer, because that does end up being 8 tap lands in what I believe is a 25 land mana base. So this is, after much testing, this is what I landed on. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope if you have a better version of this deck, if you crack this even better and can make this more consistent, do leave a comment. Do let me know. Or if you just have, a hilarious joke, leave that in the comment as well. All right. Enough of my yammering. You came here to see a one-shot kill, and I am committing right now to recording this deck for as long as it takes to record a one-shot kill. So I'm guaranteeing it right now. Stick around for it. Stick around to the very end of the video. I'll show you the actual win rate of the deck, and not just the games I was able to fit into the video. Okay, let's see Mr. Jumbo Cactuar, Speedy Von Cactus, in action.
Oh, beautiful, final fantasize for near mint slabs of chains, for purple hippos' majesty above the city's plains. The gathering, bless Garfield's PhD, and crown thy good with cardboard hood from spree to scrying free.
This season of Independence, ManaDad reminds you that the true spirit of Magic accepts every player, even if they like Universes Beyond, even if they play Alchemy. Let's enjoy the gathering together, where it has been and where it is going. Subscribe to channels like this one that celebrate the best of Magic and toss clickbait into the ocean like milky British tea. ManaDad's videos feature authentic win rate stats and are funded by members and viewers like you, and also his kids' college fund, if we're being honest. God bless ManaDad, and God bless Magic the Gathering. We're going cowboy hat on for this. Because I have a cowboy hat still left over from the cowboy hat set. Okay, we go first. That's not bad. Ramp into Overlord of the Haunt Woods. What have I gotten myself into with this is what I wonder. Maybe we'll just play Inti. Let's see what they have red. Okay. Here the Is It deck. Hopefully we won't run into that all day long. Well, new plan. Up the beanstalk. Don't mind if I do. I have to take a damage to play the Overlord. Drawing most of the mountains in the deck. Monastery, Swift Spear. It's for 2. I've seen worse. Alright, we're committed to ramping here. Gotta draw into our Cactuar. Between all of these, maybe we can find a Cactuar. Oh, it's a VV deck. It's a VV deck. Okay. Well, I don't think I can quite play Thunder Magic enough to trigger. You kind of got to remove VV on site. I suppose I should have played a Commercial District there. That was a small but perhaps significant punt.
From the end zone, he punts it. Oh my goodness, this could be the longest punt in Super Bowl history.
I don't think I've been that excited for a punt. What a punt.
And they opt. And they Monstrous Rage. And they're done. Okay. Well, let's see. We'll play Inti. Is we'll get a blocker down now that they have a 2/3. Do we discard one of these, I think? We flip over a Smuggler's Surprise. We can't even really play very successfully. We should have played the Commercial District again. Let's bid a reunion. We're gonna want the Enduring Courage down. Oh, I think we'll hit our land drops. And we flip a Helena and Elena. Goes away now. Bounce into. Yeah, get all the bounce spells out of your hand, opponent. I don't need my Cactuar combo to get removed for 1 blue mana. Oof, okay, they're good 6. Can they get to 9? Looks like they can. All right. Game 1 done. On to the next. Attempting to deal 10,000 damage in 1 shot. All right, Land of War Elves, turn 1. Hello, opponent. Desert Dweller. No! Why they gotta be so removal happy? And of course I don't have an untapped land. Well, keep that. We'll keep the lands. Up the beanstalk. We eventually get to Boiler Biggles. Wow, Phoenix Chick is still legal. You know what? I can also remove a creature right away. What do you think of that, opponent? Let's up the Beanstalk first. Okay, Overlord of the Haunt Woods we'll be able to play next turn. Find a green source that doesn't deal damage to me. Oh, interesting. So we could herd Heirloom, but that doesn't help. No, I think we just gotta not be greedy here. We'll just draw the one card. Get the ramp going. Overlord next turn. We're only at 17 here. Okay, Churning Reservoir. Don't see that every day. Mixed Goblins. Uh-huh. Inpens, over to you. So 2-tap. Only if an oil counter. Does this have oil counters? Yeah, it does. Well, I have the Cactuar. Hey, finally drawn some lands. 25 lands in this deck, folks. 25 lands. Let's get the Herd Heirloom down. That's a potential Cactuar next turn, and I don't think Mono Red can actually deal with something with 7 toughness. We'll have to find out. We'll put it to the test. Take 3. Okay. Play Cactuar, draw 2 cards. Not too shabby. What you got, opponent? Because I got a Cactus and whatever this guy is. An ancient horror avatar. Desert Dweller about to get dwelt on. You know what? Let's just block with the Overlord of the Hauntwoods just in case they're trying to get fancy with it. Yeah, Monstrous Rage. See? They tried to trick us into blocking with Cactuar. Okay. Well, good thing we blocked. So let's Inti. Just in the event... Well, actually, no, we have Herd Heirloom, so we don't even need to attack. Hit you for 10,001. Boom! That was remarkable.
That was remarkable. I'm still just running that sequence through my mind. It happened really quickly. Nothing matches that. I can hardly believe it.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Excuse me, sir. I don't think your sword is large enough. Briefly had a Buster Sword in my possession. I traded it to a kid who really wanted one. Commercial District. Yeah, we'll keep that. Forest Beanstalk into Overlord is always a great start. Oh, and our opponent has a similar idea. They're playing the Towns deck, however. My brother says, "What's up?" Sup? Recording Jumbo Cactuar vid. Oh, okay, Terra. We're just gonna have to let Terra attack. Next turn we can boiler bilge. Might be able to put Terra in this deck, really. Even though the Cactuar is not an enchantment. First of all, let's surveil. Bitter Reunion, we do need to draw towards the Cactuar, I guess. Or we could just go further towards it this way. Okay, 2 mana away from Cactuar, actually really 1. So we just gotta find the Cactuar. So up the beanstalk. That'll draw us closer. You're missing out. Question mark. Oh, you will see. 10,000 damage in 1 shot. Hey, we drew the Cactuar. All right, so let's set up for next turn. We play... We can't do it... Do we think they have removal? I guess we have the Self-Destruct. We just need to be able to hasty attack with it. Yuna draws a card. Okay, they hit us for a decent amount here. Oh, and they'll get an extra combat phase. Alright, so I guess we should have kept that Bitter Reunion. We just need a hasty... Cool, that seems excessive. Yeah, that's the point, bro. Holy moly. Let's talk about excessive. So I'm just 1 turn away from the Cactuar here. Deal 2 damage to something. I got a couple blockers. I don't think they've got it. I think they've got us though. This is making 3 knights every turn. Holy humongous. All right. A madman. Intent on recording Cactuar. Jumbo Cactuar. 1-shot kill. OTK. What time is it? Okay, it's not dinner time yet. Hey, bro. Nice sword. Compensating for something? Hey, we got Jumbo Cactuar, and we got a way to give it trample. Let's see, Bitter Reunion is the way to give it haste. Let's see what people are up to here. Starting town. Play it, but they don't spray it. What do we draw? Thornspire Verge. Okay. I think go do Commercial District Herd Heirloom. Depending on how much interaction opponent has, we might be able to get away with Wolverine Hydra. That might tease out. If they have some interaction, that might draw it out of them. And if it does, we might get to the Cactuar faster than we planned. Let's see what's happening here. Okay. It's just a wizard that pluses. Is it equipment? I think it is. Let's do X equals 4. And we get a draw a card off of it. Vigilance, Trample, Haste. How you like them apples? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but we gotta crack it. We can get up to 8. Oh, and they're gonna help us get up to 8. Or are they? They mean to cast to a kicker? But yes, all they have to do is completely attack. Tap out, full attack. Labyrinth. Sounds like Scooby-Doo trying to say labyrinth. Okay, they're going to hit us for a lot. 10. Is it more? Alright, let's hope that that one blue mana is... If that one blue mana is a bounce spell, then we're in trouble-dubs. Okay, so... Is that right? Play this. Yeah, Bitter Reunion, give it haste. Just enough mana. Actually wouldn't have worked if we hadn't drawn the untap land. Bitter Reunion. And give the Cactio haste. Hit you for 10,000. Boom! Negative 9,986.
That was remarkable. I'm still just running that sequence through my mind. It happened really quickly. Nothing matches that. I can hardly believe it.
You bet I'm giving this a smiley face. Okay, so how do we do? Well, actually, a 25% win rate, but it was 33% on the play. When we're on the draw, forget it. I mean, we did go up against some mono red decks, actually beat one of them. Yeah, but the mono red, the it is possible. I think depending on the meta, you might just want to put in some like pyroclasms or something to just kind of get you through the first wave of your opponent's stuff. And then I think we've proven that this version of the deck has some juice to it. I know it's not the perfect version. I would love you to leave a critique and tell me what the perfect version is. But yeah, just over 30 minutes, we managed to get 2 1TKs in with the Cactuar. So and that was the only way we won, actually. It was all about the Cactuar. that's all I got to say. I've been ManaDad. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for joining me here in the attic. Remember, Magic is a game so fun, even dads can enjoy it. Adios.